Hi friends, this is Vinitha. Today let's start our second class. Before going to start our class, if you like this video, do the like and share to your friends. And for more videos, for more updates or notification, please subscribe this channel. So today our topic is from the research subject only, problem solving. Our next topic is problem solving. In problem solving, many of the nurses will try to understand a problem and search for the possible solutions. Already yesterday we have discussed in the previous classes what is meant by research. So searching for something else, to search or to know something else, for or to find the facts or to find the answers for the questions. So here, before starting or performing our research study, we have to find the particular problem. So after letting knowing of the problem, then we can able to find the solutions. So in this approach, possible solutions are carefully evaluated and one of them is chosen for the implementation. Whatever the situation, that situation is carefully monitored over the time of the period, like initial continued effectiveness of the solution. Many of the nurses do not discard the other solutions, so they doesn't discard the any solutions, but hold them in the reserve the event that the first solution is not effective, then they can able to change the other choice can be used. Let's know the exact meaning and the definition of the problem solving. See here, definition of a problem. So first we have to note the definition of a problem. A problem is a question to be answered. So there are the many of the questions will be raising. So for that questions we have to answer. So as a researcher should answer, that is the definition. A problem is a deviations between the actual and the desired performances. So we can able to see that while performing or while finding the solutions, we can able to find many of the deviations, what is the actual problem and what is the desired performance. So yesterday we have discussed like applied research and the basic research. So that will be based upon the generalization and some problems will be based upon the situations. So here a problem is deviations between the, we can able to find, the researcher should have to find the what is the deviation, what is the problem, is it actual problem or is it the desired performance. So this is the definition of the problem. A problem is a question to be answered, or a problem is a deviations between the actual and the desired performance. So here research problem, it is the first step in the research process. So while we are going to start or while we are going to conduct the study, so it is the first process to find the problem. So coming to the research problem is a question, so it is one of the question to the researcher to find the particular answers to that question. So this is the definition of the research. Then coming to the problem solving, so this is the important topic ma. So if you listen carefully, then you can able to know the first step. This is the first step of the research process, how you can able to conduct, how you can able to perform the research study. So let's see the definition of the problem solving. So problem solving is defined as the determining the cause of the problem. So here what we have discussed, problem is the finding the particular solution, but coming to here we have to solve the problem. So there is one of the problem, vitamins and the mineral deficiencies among the mothers, it is one of the problem. So how you can able to find, so whether you can able to find that it is a actual problem or the desired performance, then you can able to perform the, you can able to fulfill the solving of that problem. So here let's see the definition of the problem solving. It is the determining the cause of the problem. So first what if we know that exact problem, we have to determine, the researcher should have to determine the what is the exact cause of that problem. Then identifying prioritizing and selecting alternatives for a solutions and implementing a solutions. So this is the definition ma. So here we have to, the researcher should have the carefully monitoring the first, the researcher should identify according to the problem, then priority. So priority based solutions the researcher should perform, then selecting the alternatives. So if there is a one chance to overcome this problem, so there is no chance to select the another alternatives for the solutions. If there is having the same kind of the problem, so you have to, if there is no chance to select the any problems or the solutions, then you have to select one of the alternatives. If the one solution is not at all correct, then the person or the researcher may transfer to the another alternatives, then implementing the solutions. So after the alternating of for a solution, then at last you can able to implement. Why the last step of the implementing means, so already you are identified the particular problem, then according to the identification you have prioritize. So what the situation, what the alternative current problem, you have given the priority, then selecting the particular alternatives for a solutions and implementing the solutions. So here the problem solving for the one situation contributes the nurse knowledge for a problem solving in the similar situations. So here mentioning the nurse, so instead of nurse you have to imagine that the researcher should improve his knowledge, his skills while doing the problem solving. Then coming to there are the different steps. So here the first, recognize that there is a problem. So here the first major thing is to recognize. So we have to recognize, as a researcher we have to recognize, is there any current situation the people are facing. Then coming to the second one, identifying of the problem. So already you have recognized, so and so particular place the people are facing with this problem. Then after recognizing, then immediately you have to identify the problem. Then after identifying, generating the alternative solution. If you have chosen one solution, then if it is not at all working out for the people or the community, then you have to choose one of the alternative. So if it is also not at all possible, then you have to choose another. So this is the alternative, generating alternative solutions according to the conditions and according to the situations of the people or the community. Then fourth one, choose among the alternative solutions. So here we have generated the alternative. Then here they coming to the fourth point, choosing among the alternative solutions. Then implementing of the chosen solution. So we have to implement after the finding of the alternative solutions. Then immediately we have to implement. So after implementation, what is our duty? Evaluation of the solutions. So this is the steps, problem solving steps. Next slide you will be having the in detail problem solving process. So first, if you are having the anything or anything else, if you are having the anything else doubt in this class, then you will be understanding in the next slide. Now let's discuss the problem solving process. So this is the important process. So if you write this one, you may score the full marks. So like a diagrammatic manner, if you present in the answer in the question examination, so you may score the full marks. See, problem solving process. So before in the previous slide we have seen the just steps, how we have to find the problem, how we have to recognize, then how we have to choose the alternatives, then how we have to implement, then evaluation. So coming to here, what is the problem, what is the process to solve the problem? So first one is the problem definition, and the second one is the problem analysis. Then third one is the generating possible solutions, and the fourth one is the analyzing the solutions, and the fifth one is the selecting the best solutions, and the sixth one is the implementing the solutions, and the last and the final one is the evaluation and the revision. See, these are the process of problem solving. So by these steps only, by this process only, we can able to solve, the researcher can able to solve the particular problem which he have taken the situation according to the based upon the situation he have choose the problem. See once again, so this is the first process of the problem solving, then this is the second one of the problem solving, and this is the third process of the problem solving, and this is the fourth one, this is the fifth one, this is the sixth one, and then this is the seventh one. First one is the problem definition. So here we have to find the exact definition for the problem. So if the researcher, if your experts, if your guider has given one of the problem statement, so imagine that your problem is a finding the deficiencies of vitamins and the mineral deficiencies among the mother. So this is the problem. So here the normal process for the solving problem, the normal process for the solving the problem initially involves defining the problems. So first here we have to initially involve the defining of the problem that is to be solved. So whatever we have discussed, so defining means whatever we have taken the problem that to be solved. So there is need to write down what exactly problem entails. So we have to write there is a exact problem entails. So that will be helping to identify the real problem that is undertaken under our study, and it needs an immediate solution. So see why we are conducting to identify the real problem. Whatever we are identifying the real problem that needs an immediate solution to that problem, so that it is considered as the most, so this is considered as the most essential step of the problem solving process. See here, because without this step we can't able to execute it, we can't able to move forward for those study. So this is the most important step. So here we have to identify the problem, then after identifying we have to find out the immediate solution. So this is the first process of the problem solving. So coming to the second one, second step is the problem analysis. So the next step is the problem analysis. So here problem analysis means how the problems affect the researcher and his or her current situation. So here we have to find out the researcher having the current situation and other people involved in this situation, the gravity of the problem and all the factors that will be contributing to the problem and the determined. So the analysis helps the understanding the source of problem. So here we are identifying the problem and then immediately we are getting the solution. But coming to here, so here we are analyzing the understanding the source of the problem. So what is the exact source of that problem and how it affects the current developments or the researcher's environment. So after this investigation, it is very good to reconfirm. So after this conducting the information, it is very good to conduct the reconfirm and the initial problem definition is valid. After the analysis and the investigation, many of the people or many of the researcher will discover that they really want the answer that is very different from the original interpretations. So here we have to identify the situation. First we have to identify the problem, then after identifying the problem, immediately we have to find out the solutions. Coming to the second one, here we have to find out the what the situations is the situations are the against for the researcher's environment, or it is an abstract, it can able to make the any problematic for the further steps. Then coming to the third one, generating the possible solutions. So here when the real problem is discovered, it's contributing the factors that should be investigated. In this stage, the researchers must focus on the identifying and generating all the possible solutions. Each potential idea for the solution of a problem that must be considered. Whatever the focusing the solution, that should not be without discarding the value of the judgment. Each idea should be treated as new idea in this. So here its own right or the worthy of consideration, finding the identifying or the generating all the new solutions. So if some people are giving the any new ideas, so the researcher can able to put and he can able to manage with that new ideas. So this is the third process of the problem solving. Then coming to the fourth one, analyzing the solutions. So this is the fourth process of the problem solving. Then in this step, the problem solving process, various factors will be involving. Each of the potential solutions will be investigated. So here already the solutions here generated solutions or the generated. Coming to here, whatever the generated solution that are analyzing, where in the positive manner or in the negative manner of the solutions should be analyzed. So whatever the generated solutions, that should be here analyzed it in a positive manner, either it in a negative manner. Then coming to the next one, selecting the best solutions. So here analyzing means, so here they have analyzed the both positive and the negative solutions. Coming to the selecting the best solutions, at this stage an attempt is made to the comparing the available solutions. So whatever they have performed the negative or the possible solutions, so they are comparing the whatever the available solutions. Even the best solution is selected based upon the careful judgment only. So that is supposed to solve the problem swiftly and smoothly. So here only selected the two, either it may be positive or either it may be negative. The both answers are the analyzed. Coming to here, the positive solution we may be select or the negative may be select. At last they used to select the best solution overall these solutions. Then coming to the implementation of the solutions. So the final step, so this is the final, this is not the final. So this is the implementing means final step of it is all, we used to consider it as a final step of the problem solving process. It's to practically solve the problem by implementing the selected solutions. So here whatever we have selected, so that should be implementing. So the researcher will be, the evaluators will be implementing. And last and the final step, evaluation and the revision. So this is the final stage of the problem solving process, where after the implementation of the most potential solutions, the evaluation is made to judge the effectiveness of the solution is resolving the problem. This stage also helps the problem and the revise the problem solving process in case of the initial solution fails to manage the problem effective. So here there is a comparison between the steps and the research process. Observe here, there is a most comparison. There is a very comparison between the previous research steps, whatever we have discussed the steps. So there is a comparison between the steps and the problem process. So steps means already here identifying, recognizing, generating, evaluation. But coming to here, there by the each and step there is having one of the process. So this is the problem solving process. This is the important question, 5 marks question. Then coming to the next topic, scientific method. So already yesterday we have discussed the little bit, we doesn't discuss in a detailed manner quantitative and the qualitative research methods. So quantitative research method we used to call it as a scientific method because we are following it in a systematic and orderly manner. So here before going to the topic, before going into the classification or the methods of the research, first we have to know the scientific methods. So what is the exact scientific method of the process? What are the steps will be presenting in the scientific?